Hi, my love. This is going to be your Layers of You reading. First thing, I have my new kitten, Starla, in the room, so I can keep an eye on her. So, if you hear noises like that, she's around, and then sometimes she has a tendency to crawl up my leg. So, just giving you a fair warning if I like get all that's what's happening. Unfortunately, I won't be able to light a candle for the session because I just fear Starla will try to climb up the table and I don't want to risk the candle falling over on her or, God forbid, lighting my whole house on fire. So I'm being cautious today. So I'll be cleansing the space with some spray instead. And we'll begin your reading. So this is a lengthy reading, okay? So usually the Layers of You will go for pretty much a half an hour. So get comfortable. I recommend getting a notepad and a pen. Take some notes, okay? I'm going to be using a couple decks. I have the Crow Tarot here, okay? I'm going to use this one. I'm going to probably pull also from the Rider-Waite. I have the Earth Magic Oracle. I also have the Chakra Reading cards, and I'll probably pull from another Oracle deck, maybe my Crystal Angels or something. Whatever I feel intuitively called to do. So I have them all around on the table just in case I need them. Okay, so let's just begin. We're going to start with your current energy. I wrote down notes on the specifics that you wanted to tap into, but we'll get to those once we get to those areas. So it looks like we have a career money question, we have a love reading question, and we also have a spiritual journey. So we'll look into your current energy and we'll see what the cards show. So, ooh, the High Priestess flew out. That's a good sign. So your current energy, we have the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, so it looks like you're dealing with a bit of a couple different things. The first thing is an action, okay? So that correlates to one of the questions that you asked. But a Knight of Wands energy is somebody who's they're not impulsive, but they do like to take charge, okay? So this is an energy of the need for action or taking action, and it's it has to do with your heart, your passions, okay? Wand suits is fire energy, so it's all consuming, but it does have to do with the matters of your heart, your passions, what you're passionate about, and then also like the whole mode of taking action. High Priestess energy is listening to your intuition and allowing that part of yourself to grow, okay? Allowing this part to lead the way. This was the very first card that jumped out at you for your reading. So this is telling me that this is energy that is very heavy and very important at this moment, okay? It really wanted you to see it for what it was. And then the Eight of Swords is also within your current energy, is dealing with some stresses or some needs to escape the mind, okay? Limitations of the mind. You're trapping yourself within your own thoughts, within your worries, within your insecurities, okay? So for the chakra cards, we pulled abundance, okay? Okay. I need to stop saying okay. We have abundance. And abundance is associated with the root chakra, which is what is grounded within you. This is your foundation. So what I'm seeing here is your energy is bringing forth, it is attracting the essence of abundance in things that will ground you, things that you are going to be pretty much laying your roots in. Again, this goes hand in hand with a couple areas that you are talking about, so I can kind of see how that's starting to link through. That's why I like when you guys ask questions for specific areas, because it makes it easier to see what the cards are trying to say rather than me trying to put 2 and 2 together from nothing. Angels and Masters card is also coming up. This is a need for complete balance in all areas of your life, but mostly all energetic areas within yourself. So there could be some energetic parts, some chakras, if you're familiar with the chakra system, that may be unbalanced, okay? The way that you can, hi baby girl, the way that you can balance them is by doing meditations associated with certain chakras. There are meditations on YouTube that you can look through for a full-blown chakra cleansing or chakra balance. So I highly recommend those if you cannot get yourself to a Reiki healer or an energetic healing kind of a session. You can totally do it yourself through meditation, especially if you love to meditate and all of that, and you're big on, doing that yourself. I know in one of the questions is you want to expand your spiritual journey. This is a great way to start, okay? Starting with the chakra system. And then lastly, self-mastery. So you're definitely being called to do that. This is energetic healing. This is working with the chakra system. So if you're not familiar with the chakra system, write that down in your notes. This is something that you need to be looking more into, because it's definitely coming out in your reading for yourself, for your energy. So that's big. That's important. Especially if you're looking to expand in your spiritual path, that's an area that you can, go to. Now let's pull an oracle. Oh, we got 2. Okay. We have the dragonfly, which is emergence. Dragonflies are signs of spirit, pretty much like past loved ones, or spirit in general, your guides, that kind of thing. And the fact that it's emergence on the card is really making me feel like you're going to start to really associate and feel and connect with your guides or with a past loved one, really sensing them and appreciating that they're around. The tree, I love it. That is the grounding card. This is telling me you are definitely on the verge, and this is the energy that you're playing with right now, which is learning to plant your roots, replant your roots. And that is also coming up with the abundance card. So it's like you're getting there. You're going to be getting there. You're going to have some breakthroughs. It's just the matter of being patient for that, okay? So you have beautiful energy coming up. There's a lot of transitions taking place. There's a lot of need for personal healing and focus on your energy points. There is some mental conflicts released from that. And also trusting your intuition and your spiritual journey is going to be playing a big role. And then, of course, learning to take action rather than, staying stagnant, okay? Are you okay? I have her bed in here hoping that she would go to sleep, because she just ate and played a little bit and she is still alive. So hopefully she will settle down. Okay, let's talk about the love life first. So your question is that you've been married for 2 years. We're going to look at the energy of the marriage because there's some concerns there. I'm not going to go into detail for the sake of anonymous. But there are some concerns, and we just kind of want to look at the energy of your marriage and see what's coming up. We have 3 of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm still new to this deck, the crows. 3 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the 10 of Swords. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is this is conflict for dominance. Okay, this is either you have a very dominant spouse, or maybe you're trying to establish your own independence within the marriage, and maybe the spouse isn't very warm to that idea, okay? The other thing is this could be an identity thing. A lot of times in marriages, and I can only say this because I've been married 4 years, and I've been in my relationship with my husband for 12 years. We're going on 12 years. And so I feel like I have enough experience there to say that in marriages, at least from my experience, we sometimes lose our identity within the marriage because we become this role with another individual, and it's like, okay, I'm playing the role of the wife. My responsibilities are these, but then it's like you kind of forget your independent lifestyle prior to that relationship. And the further you go in the marriage and however long you've been married, if you're not establishing your own personal identity within your life, you can lose it. Okay. So the Emperor is kind of making me feel that way. That was the first feeling I was getting when I pulled this card. The other feeling I'm getting is the stability. Okay. So maybe the stability, the ground, like maybe that's why you got a lot of grounding cards in your energy, because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for stability, and you're looking for, really planting roots, and as well as in the marriage. And so things haven't been feeling stable. We have the Ten of Swords here, which is a card of like feeling defeated, feeling, exhausted, feeling sometimes betrayed. Okay. So whatever has been happening, you didn't state specifics, and that's okay. But based on what the card is showing me, and then the Three of Pentacles, this is something where there may have been something that took place that could have been some form of betrayal, feeling betrayed, feeling like there's, not a lot of communication happening. You guys may not be on the same page all the time. Like I said, this could be an identity crisis. You're trying to establish your own name, who you are, and maybe your spouse isn't as warm to that idea. Maybe they have expectations of you and you're not willing to or you don't want to fulfill those specific expectations because you have your own dreams and goals, right? And the Three of Pentacles, though, with the marriage is showing that there is the hope and there is the opportunity to rebuild. A Three of Pentacles in general is all about rebuilding. Sometimes you have to take apart the structure, the stability, the structure, which is also what the Emperor represents, to rebuild that, okay? But this is the thing with the marriages or any kind of relationship reading that I would do. It has to come from both parties. It can't just be you putting in all the work. You know what I mean? So your spouse would also need to be willing to, one, identify these faults, these flaws. And there's no blame game. It's not like, oh, it's all on their fault or it's all your fault. It's the two of you together. That's the thing about marriage, is it's combined. It's a team. And so what I'm seeing here is we have the Dreams card, I am present, and we have forgiveness. So I feel like this is definitely establishing each other's identities within the marriage. We lose ourselves to our roles of husband and wife, or husband and husband, or wife and wife. And we forget that we are also an independent person. We're a human being, and we have interests that may not reflect the interests of our spouse. So the Dreams card is making me feel like this is you wanting to go and establish your dreams and still stay within the confines of your marriage, but you still want to do your own thing, okay? And the Forgiveness card and the Present card, that's big. To me, this is saying to remain present in your relationship on the daily, okay? Don't go dipping into the past. Don't go dipping into the future too much. Don't be worrying about what's to come. Definitely don't be reflecting on the past when the past is in the past. It's like you move on from it, right? The present is where you need to remain. That's kind of how you guys will start to really be able to make this work, is if you remain in the present moment. And maybe you're nodding your head while you're watching this, that you guys do tend to be living in the past and pointing fingers at one another, or living too far ahead in the future. And it's like you're worried about stuff that doesn't even exist yet, It's always good to plan ahead, but when you're living in the future, you're forgetting about what's going on right now, and you forget about it. You're not experiencing it. And then the Forgiveness card. This is matters of the heart, okay? I just heard you needing to communicate your soul. So to me, this is a lot of coming forward with your significant other and expressing what's going on in your heart. You gotta let them in deep enough so they know, because they can't read minds, just like you can't read theirs. And it's not just you. I feel like this is them as well. They need to be willing to let you in. You both have stuff to say that needs to be heard. We have cave, sanctuary, beautiful. So this is telling me that the marriage needs to be reaffirmed as a sanctuary for the two of you to come back to. There's a home base there within your house. It's also within your heart. The love, the combined love that you two both have, right? And then the home that you are sharing together. And that's what I'm seeing with the cave energy, is that you need to rebuild your marriage to be a sanctuary for the two of you to come back to when you are both off doing your own things, when they're at work doing their thing, when you're at work doing your thing. But then when you come home together, especially in bed, your bed is like the sanctuary spot. That's like the core of your marriage right there. Because you two sleep, you fall to sleep together. You could be doing whatever you're doing all day long, and then you come together. At least that's the way I see it, and that's what's always worked for me with my marriage, is the way that I, never go to bed angry. Always communicate with one another. But definitely I feel that it's like the energy of this marriage is not over, okay? It needs time to heal and rebuild. There needs to be some communication happening. But what else do I see? I just stop, Starla. Sorry. I see healing. I do. I see healing taking place. I see the forgiveness taking place, but I feel like there needs to be a lot of real deep communication, stuff that you guys haven't really tapped into just yet. Okay? I'm keeping an eye on Starla because I took off her cone so she could eat and stuff and just be comfortable. Sorry, I need to blow my nose. I don't usually do this on video, but I apologize. But it's hard for me to read when I feel like I have to sneeze. I'm not allergic to Starla, but I have allergies right now. And I think it's just because it's like the blend of her fur and Luna's fur, and I'm just like adjusting. But I haven't been like super allergic. Okay, so basically to answer your question, because I'm not here to say, oh no, this marriage is over. No, it's definitely not. But it's gonna go in the direction that you want to take it, okay? But I do see there is a mode of forgiveness, and there is a mode of giving it a shot, giving it a chance, letting it evolve, and rebuilding. Okay. So let's tap into the money and career portion. And your question is, so you're working in the legal field. You also do on the side a little business, but you're looking to open a completely different online business. And you want to know the energy of this, if this is an idea that you should, do, or should you move forward from it? Like, should you move forward with it, or should you let it go? And I know you mentioned the current side business that you're doing. You're not going to be doing that anymore. So it gave me an idea for you. And I'm sure you've already considered it, but I'm just going to say it. When it comes to transitioning from one career to another, because I've done it. I've done that, and I'm still in the midst of it. And I'll give you my advice from my experience. It's some people, it works for them to cold turkey cut it and jump right into something new and take the risk. Some people, it works for them. If you were one of those people, do it, okay? Do it. If your heart is calling you, regardless of, getting a reading on it, do it. But if you're someone like me who is more of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, And I feel like you kind of are like that because of what your current situation is. You're doing two things right now. Why not do two things still? Get rid of the current little side biz that you have. Get rid of it since you've already established you don't want to do that anymore. And start incorporating this new one that we're going to be reading on as the new side hustle. There's nothing wrong with having a side hustle and the day job. The day job is the stability for a paycheck you know will come in every 2 weeks or every other week or every week or whatever, however it goes for you, right? But the side hustle is your dreams, okay? And there's nothing wrong with doing both because that's what I'm doing. Now, the Fool card came out first. I love this. This is telling you, for one, he's saying you need to spread your wings and fly. You need to do this, right? Take that leap. Then I pulled the Six of Wands, which is all about success. It is success. It is honor. It is other people seeing what you're doing and congratulating you, okay? This is a really, really good card to receive, combined with the Fool. And then we have the Page of Cups, which is usually a card of opportunity. It's a card of a message, someone coming through. This could represent new clients. This could represent new opportunities, new opportunities for networking, a new world, right? It's a new world, and receiving advice along the way. But I love that. I love that those cards came up for you because that's it. It pretty much answers your question. It should, or at least it should, or take away some of your worries. But it's telling me that you should definitely go about this, and the way that you want to go about it, whether you want to go cold turkey or you want to, half in, half out, that's up to you. But I do see that this is definitely the path that you should take, especially because the Peace card came forward. That's showing me this path, this new idea, this side job, alongside the day job, if you were to do that, will bring so much more peace to you because you're going to be doing something that you are creatively and passionate about. This creative card instantly made me think of that Knight of Wands that I pulled for you in the first part of the reading, and I just saw 2222. So look that up. That's another thing. Write that in your notes, 222 or 2222. Look that up. It's an angel number because that came up when I was talking about, taking action with your passions. That's going to give you some more advice. And then the Communicate card came through. This is networking. This is communicating with other people who are maybe already opening online shops like you want to do, or who are or who are already in that business. Communicate with those people, get some ideas, ask them questions about things that you're unsure about, right? See what they say. Let them guide you, or at least give you inspiration. Let's pull an oracle, and then I'm also going to pull an angel answers card for you because I feel like this would be the perfect question for that. Especially because I saw 2222, which is an angel number. We have, oh my gosh, we have spring equinox rebirth. I love this. Now, we could take this as a literal message by the spring equinox. This could be, since we're already in spring, this could be a sign that right now is the season to do this, or it could be a sign that by this time next year, okay, by the spring equinox in 2020, you may be full-blown doing what you want to do, like full-blown, full-time, okay? So give yourself that time limit. Give yourself that time frame. There is no rush to this. That's most important. I cannot talk. That is what is most important here, is that you remember there is no time limit, okay, unless you give yourself that. There is nothing wrong with having a side hustle that will eventually become your full-time gig. Starla. Oh my gosh, you're ready. So definitely I want you to keep this in mind. You are ready. And then I also want you to look up 2222. Google it, angel numbers, and see what it says as your message. That's going to be literally your message from the angels, like from the divine, if you want to say it, you know, think of it that way. But that says a lot. That says a lot, my love. Okay, let's dive into your spiritual journey. I told you this reading is going to be long. There's a lot to say. The spirit has a lot to say for you. Okay, the spiritual journey, your question is, you are struggling with depression. You've been struggling for the last 4 years. And you feel like you're stuck, and you are just kind of wanting to look into ways that you can overcome this. What can you do about this? And the first thing I'm going to say, definitely look into those chakra energies. Especially your heart chakra and your sacral chakra. Actually, no, the three that were really coming up for you in this reading so far, the root chakra because of the grounding stuff, the sacral chakra because that's the one that represents the Knight of Wands, and it's the orange one, your creativity, your passions, and then the heart chakra. So I would look into all three of those. If you're not familiar with them, Google them. Get a book on chakras and read up on it. And then if you have access to, you know, those crystal shops, those metaphysical shops, they always have energy healing sessions or like Reiki sessions. You may want to start there or do it yourself in a meditation. I do it in meditation. It's really relaxing, but I feel like you could benefit from that for now, and then, you know, see where it takes you. Because that's the beauty about your spiritual journey. You'll start... Here you go. Your Knight of Wands. Didn't I say I felt like this was for your spiritual? So, oh, there you go. Your Six of Wands. Your Ace of Wands. Yeah. Your spiritual journey is connected to your career path. Okay? When you strengthen your spiritual journey, when you strengthen your energy within yourself, you will be so much more confident to fulfill your career path, because the cards are representing that. The Ace of Wands is new beginnings in a passion. It's new beginnings in a passion. This is like literally what we were just talking about. The successes of going on the journey and starting something new. And then the Six of Wands is success there. It looks good for you, my love. It really does. But with your spiritual, when you take action, this is how I'm going to read it for the spiritual. When you take action for your spiritual journey, which is being active with an energy healing, getting a Reiki session, doing meditations for your chakras, looking into what the chakras mean, you know, all of that, you will be successful with that. And with that will birth new opportunities. Okay. It is going to light a fire under your ass. That's exactly what the Ace of Wands is. Lighting a fire under your ass. Okay. It's going to pump you up, and it's going to fulfill that void. And that's what, to me, depression is. It's a blend of things. It's a blend of your experiences, and, you know, sometimes it's like bottling things up, and it's a blend of that. It's a coping mechanism. To me, it's and these are all my opinions, by the way. Please don't take this as fact, but from my experience with my depression, it's coping mechanisms. It is a blend of my experiences from childhood growing up, right? And then it's also like a form of a release in a way, even though sometimes it kind of feels like the opposite, like you're sucking it in rather than getting it out. But your depression is something that doesn't have to be a burden. It's an emotion. It's something that you go through, and it's a part of you. And that's the thing, is like when you claim your depression, when you accept it, when you embrace it, it's a part of you. So when you feel it coming in, because they come in waves, at least mine does. Mine feels like waves. It comes in. I can't control it. I allow myself to ride that wave, and then it goes away. And then it'll come back. Starla. She found my lights. Starla. So I don't want you to look at your depression as a burden. I want you to start, and this could be another homework assignment. Start writing down like your depression. Write it down. Write down what are triggers for your depression? What are things that cause it? And then how does it make you feel when you're going through it? And then identify, little births, little rebirths that you can have because of the depression. If your depression was like a foundation, right? Because I don't want you to look at it as something horrible. It's a part of you, right? So I pulled the music, harmony, which is making me feel like maybe music plays a big, strong role with your depression. Putting on some music that makes you feel good, okay? Nurturing, putting love and attention to yourself. This is like self-love. This is pampering yourself during times of need. Finding ways to nurture your heart and soul when you need it. Okay, especially when you're going through the depression. Your spirituality is a form of music and harmony and nurturing. Spending time in nature, maybe. Going for walks, spending time in nature while listening to soothing music. That could be a whole literal meditation for you, because meditation isn't just sitting in a quiet room for 10 minutes. It could be going for walks. It could be going for a swim. It could be going for a drive and just blasting music. That's what I do. I pulled determination for you. Pulling your way out of this, right? You need to be determined to supersede your blocks and your obstacles with your spiritual journey. It is tough for a reason, because it's creating you to be a new version of yourself. Your spiritual journey is going to evolve, absolutely, and there's going to be some huge inspiring moments. It's like I said, I'm seeing it as you're lighting that flame that's probably been put out for a while now. It's up to you. So the Angel Answers card, it's up to you, is basically saying it is up to you with what direction you want to take your spiritual journey. If you do these meditations like I'm telling you to, if you are, putting on the music when you feel, your depression coming on to kind of help comfort you, right? And it's up to you if you want to be determined to do what needs to be done to connect with your soul. There's a lot of need for forgiveness happening in your spiritual path, but I feel like that's stuff that's going to come up later. Right now, we want to initially allow you to light that flame of passion for your spiritual path. Start doing some chakra stuff, okay? Throw on some music, go for a walk. Start soft. You don't have to go all head, balls in. Like, you don't have to do it all like that. Take your time. I guarantee you, Spirit's going to lead you. They will lead you to the next thing. And like, I feel that 222, and the chakra work, I feel like that's an in for you. Okay. All right, my love. So let's tap into this last piece. This is your future forecast. Please keep in mind, anything in the future is subject to change based on your present actions. Nothing is set in stone. So you can change anything you want about your future if you do it now. You start in the present. Ultimately, I'm a believer of divine timing. I'm a believer of faith, and like, what's meant to happen is going to happen. But there are areas that we can focus on. Okay. I love it. So I pulled the Lovers card. I pulled the 9 of Wands, and I pulled the 4 of Swords. So what I'm seeing here is with the Lovers, with the future, is definitely with the future of your relationship, is that it's you're not going to give up on this. Okay. This is something that you're going to be working towards, the two of you. Okay. There's going to be a lot of work of healing, a lot of forgiveness taking place with the marriage in the next few months. That 4 of Swords is telling me that there may be a time of break or separation with you two, but it's nothing that is going to be a full-blown permanent, boom, it's over. But if you two are leaning towards needing a break and you need some time apart, that is okay. Like, understand that that's okay. Sometimes we have to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't see the marriage being completely thrown out At least not, it doesn't feel that way. Oh, there's a card that got stuck in here. Your rebirth card got stuck in here. Oh my gosh, let's use that as a sign. I just feel like rebirth. We're just talking about the marriage. It's pretty much, maybe this is renewing vows, okay? Or this is renewing renewing a love and connection with you two. There's going to be a rebirth happening with the marriage. We have family. So yeah, definitely coming up in the future, the cards are showing with the family, with the marriage, they're showing that that's happening. There's going to be a lot of work with that. I don't know if this is creating a family. Maybe there could be, you know, extending your family in some way if you want kids, or if you know, are thinking about that, or, you know, adding a fur baby to the family like I did. Whatever the case, understand that there's that too. We have 5 of Pentacles, we have Queen of Pentacles, and we have 4 of Pentacles. So now that we're looking in the areas of money, it's coming up too. So the money and whatnot, the 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and 4 of Pentacles, to me, is saying you will be going through some sort of a little, like a hardship, or the need to be wise with your spending as you go through a transition with your career path. But the Queen of Pentacles, she's all about nurturing your money, nurturing your creative outlets, nurturing your material things, so that when you are going through this tough spot, you'll come through okay. And that's exactly what the 4 of Pentacles to me is like. Keep those things close. Don't go on big spending sprees and big vacations and et cetera, while you're going through this transition with your career change. Yeah, we have stillness coming through with the Lake card, stillness. So the energy of that is just, whoops, sorry, Starla. Sorry, Starla. The stillness is saying all extensive spending and fun times, all that, you know, extra money, put it away, save it, because you're going to need that while you're going through this career path. Inner strength. When you're going through the change of your career and whatnot, the inner strength is kind of saying, like exactly what it is, like inner strength. Like, you can do this. It might feel scary and it might feel like it's breaking you, but you could do this. And lastly, because this reading is super long, lastly, we have unlikely. What is unlikely? Let's pull from a different deck. It is unlikely that the struggle, what is it? Knight of Pentacles, the World, the Moon. Okay. It's unlikely with that this whole phase, this transition phase of dealing with the hardships and whatnot, not being able to spend, I feel it's unlikely that it's gonna last a long time. It kind of shows that with the cards. It shows with the Knight of Pentacles, be patient. Be patient with the transition, be patient with the money, be patient with, you know, not seeing abundance right away. But that will all end. The World card, that will all end. You'll see finality of it. And then the Moon card is, this is a shadow time for you. This is facing the fears. Moon card will usually pop up when you're facing fears and you have like you're not really sure where the path is leading you, that kind of thing. Hi. Starla's like, you're done now. You're done now. So it's unlikely that this is going to be something that's going to last as long as it does, okay? So that's the way I'm seeing it, my love, but I do see so much success coming your way. I feel like the spring equinox coming up again is really showing a year from now. You're going to see so much growth with your career path. So be patient, okay? All right, my love, this concludes your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you. And if you have any questions, please send out an email and I will talk to you soon. Bye, my love.